Now I'm gonna resign from the job that I've had for the past 6 or 7 years actually. This is the story about a boy with a dream. A dream of a life filled with... Sorry, I'm gonna make it less pompous. In the search of my true calling and my true purpose in this existence. I mean, what does it even entail to exist? You know what, let's just take it down a notch more and just tell the story. Hey guys, my name is Magne and this is the story on how I got my dream job, basically from watching a lot of YouTube. I have chosen the wrong jobs and the wrong education multiple times in my life. Like for example, when I finished high school, I started construction work and the only reason was that the school was really close to where I used to live. I know. But after a few years, I finally decided to move on and I started university and got into sports science, which was nice, but I dropped out after a year. And that was because I found physiotherapy to be very interesting. So I did that the year after and finished my degree in physiotherapy. I didn't really see myself working for too long as a physiotherapist. And at the time I was involved in a startup, which is the reason I bought my first ever camera and realized quickly that that is something I found great joy in. I already watched mostly YouTube as entertainment and had done that for many years. And as I now knew how to operate the camera, and test the microphones and everything. I decided after a lot of back and forth with myself to just forget about how awkward it could be and just start a YouTube channel. So yeah, the channel was born and my passion for videography and using a camera started forming. After a while I started playing around with the thought of doing something as fun as photography, videography as a full-time thing. Even though it was pretty far-fetched considering my lack of education, skills, network, you know. I watched a lot of YouTube to improve my filmmaking skills and at some point I found Daniel Schiffer's channel and I was so fascinated at how he was able to make so professional looking commercials just from the comfort of his own home with mainly just a light and a camera and some props. 3, 2, 1, go. I think that was good. And his style of videos looked pretty achievable. And I thought, could I do that? Yeah, I couldn't. Nope. But I just binged all of his videos and kept practicing, and at some point my videos started looking a bit more decent. So around 8 months ago I decided that I just had to try to pursue this filmmaking thing for real. And that's when I started this video series. That is my journey from having a job that I don't love to hopefully working within my newly found passion for videography. Who knows where this will end? I don't. But I spent hours on YouTube learning different techniques, then trying them out, creating videos that look pretty horrible, other videos look pretty bad as well. But slowly as I invested in more gear and got more skilled, they started looking better. I went around in the city to different stores and companies in order to try to find my first client. So I went and talked to them and showed the videos that I had made and offered to create videos for them as well. Not interested. I also messaged a few companies on Instagram and for some products I made the commercial first and then sent the video to them to see if that would catch their interest. It was difficult to get people to pay for my work, but I did a handful of unpaid client work just to get some real projects on my portfolio and hopefully get the ball rolling. I did check out some job listings for photo and video work, but of course I was not going to get any of those because the requirements are usually that you need a bachelor's degree or experience, for good reason. After 6 months, things started feeling a bit hopeless since I had landed 0 paying clients on my filmmaking journey, making 0 money. So quitting my job in order to work with video felt more distant and more unrealistic than ever. But then I came across a food photography and videography Instagram page and a company that made videos very similar to the ones that I was trying to make, just a little bit more professional, of course. And they were clearly also inspired by Daniel Schiffer and those kind of videos, so that was pretty cool. So I sent them a message offering to help with anything, if it was anything I could help with, holding the lights. I also pitched like doing some behind the scenes kind of thing for them, just unpaid of course, because for me it would be nice just to be able to handle some nice gear and to learn, get a foot in the door. But yeah, didn't need any help or anything, so. But after a few months, they suddenly had a position open as a food photographer and videographer. And instead of going the traditional route of creating a job listing and reviewing hundreds of applicants and that whole process, they just called me. So as of 2 weeks ago, I am officially a full-time photographer and videographer. Now I'm gonna resign from the job that I've had for the past 6 or 7 years actually. A big day, a big moment. And now this is what I do for a living. Take a look at this clip that I just saw from a YouTuber called Ali Abdaal.
These days I teach people how to be part-time YouTubers. And the thing I say is that if you make one video every week for 2 years, then I 100% guarantee it will change your life. I can't put any numbers on it. I can't tell you you'll have 100,000 subscribers or how much money you'll be making, but I can 100% guarantee it will change your life. At the very least, in terms of the skills and the experience and the contacts and the friends you're going to make through that process. But you have to put out one video a week, and you have to do it for at least 2 years.
Okay, just real quick, doesn't that interviewer look exactly like me? He does, right? That was not the point, but it's just so true what Ali said. It is exactly the commitment of relatively often posting on YouTube for a long period of time that has led me to consistently improve my photography and videography skills, and also involve my passion for working with a camera. And now I can say that that has absolutely drastically changed my life. So the job is going to involve photo shoots and some video shoots to begin with, and more of them after a while at restaurants. The job is pretty similar to if I was working freelance, but instead of getting the clients myself, I get the clients assigned to me, and that I'm more on a normal kind of payroll. And now, as I've experienced how difficult it can be, at least in the beginning, getting the first clients, and as my portfolio is pretty shallow, I am just super happy about that arrangement. And another perk, that I'm not gonna have to save up and slowly collect all the gear that I'm gonna need to produce better videos. I just got it from the company instead. So camera gear, flashes, softboxes, stands, everything. The purpose of these videos has been that I've wanted to show and of course experience for myself a real and a realistic and honest way of going about things if you're not satisfied with the current situation, as I was not. So I wanted to be transparent and show what you can do if you started from scratch. Literally, you saw my camera skills in the beginning of this, until like having a dream job basically. I just wanted to make the opposite of this, which is a really classical type of video that you often see on YouTube. And that's how you can become a professional painter as well. And yes, my mother was a professional painter for all of her life. Yes, my father was the same, and I was basically born into a bucket of paint and went to the best school. But if you put your mind... So if you too just follow these simple steps, you can also live off pottery. And I just have to disclaim that yes, I did actually save up $189,000 so I can be able to live off that, because I'm not going to earn anything on pottery for the first couple of years. And you can say that I'm living off pottery, it's just the saved up money. I hope this video, and potentially the 6 videos prior to this one in this series, can provide a little kick in the ass if you are thinking of the same thing as I did prior to starting this. At least creative work. I mean, you're not going to be a doctor if you send messages on Instagram to doctors. I just think this is a testament to, like, I've been really lucky And I'm not like the one that deserved this position, but it shows that if you just try to improve a little every day and try to expose yourself to luck as often as possible, the chances are, increasingly big that you might just become lucky.